Welcome to Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Stunt. Been smoking a lot of jazz cabbage. Tell you that much.
That's pretty obvious.
Looking good, Vanisher.
Takeoff.
Roger. Huh?
LA departure frequency 123.9er.
Roger. Huh? Request vector. Over. What?
Flight 209er clear for vector 324.
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome. Sorry for being late. Trying to wrap up some loose ends for tomorrow. So, I hope you all are doing well on this lovely Thursday afternoon, evening, whatever it is. Hang on, my earphones are completely twisted. Plus, I was watching Hayden. So, I'm going to go ahead and say hello to everybody, then we'll get into the news. We'll see what's going on. We have Dog Mama. Enjoy your night. Daza, what's up, mate? Jonathan, what's up, buddy? Hey, Shenny. Puffer, hello. Linda, hello. Hopefully none, Digger. Hopefully none. But we know that's not a possibility. It will be if my mouse stops being retarded or terrible. All right, so let's get into the news. And it's going to be a short stream because Shenny's apparently playing a movie tonight. So, ex-student accused of killing University of Arizona professor caught saying, "At least I fulfilled my mission." MK Ultra, anyone? Me? Recently released video footage reveals a chilling confession from Murda Devish, the former University of Arizona grad student accused of killing Professor Thomas Mexner. Detectives captured Devish murdering to himself after they temporarily halted their interrogation regarding the fatal shooting that had taken place hours before. In the video, Dervish can be heard saying with an apparent sinister smile, "Well, at least I fulfilled my mission." Let's see if we can actually hear it.
Well, at least I fulfilled my mission.
It's pretty fucking clear. Since the confession was made after Dervish was informed of his Miranda rights, it's likely to be used as evidence in court, enabling prosecutors to determine or establish premeditation in the murder of Professor Mexner, which occurred October 5th, 2022. So he's obviously a little crazy, a little nuts. Golly gee willikers. Yes, sir. So that's interesting. Also, for those who have been following the news, President Donald Trump was indicted yet again. Everybody knows how I feel about this already. I think this is a bullshit, politically motivated prosecution. I think that they are attempting to do harm and make him so he cannot run for president again. I hope their efforts fail, but the more that they keep stacking on, it's starting to get a little bit uncomfortable. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I have no idea what the hell they're thinking or trying to do. Sorry, I had to get a drink of water. I have no idea. I have no idea what the thought is or anything like that. It seems like a bad idea. It seems like this might backfire on them, but I don't know. So, 563 years in prison, yeah, and they would love to put him there. They would love nothing more than to put him there. Hey, what's up, Jason? Yeah, I agree. I think that the more that he gets charged, the more pissed off we get. And at some point, at some point, something's got to give. Something's got to give. And I hope we're not there yet, but it's getting really difficult. It's getting really difficult to believe that that's not going to happen. Hey, Barb. Hey, Mystic. Yeah. And then they're going to be ridiculous again. I mean, it's just going to get worse and worse. It's going to be, I mean, it's already laughable what they're trying to do to the man. But, I mean, if it stays, he pleaded not guilty. If it stays in D.C., how do you fight that? How do you fight that? It's such a biased town. No matter what he does, he's gonna pay for it there. Like it's not gonna be one of those things where justice could actually prevail. It would be one of those things where they're going to continue to push. And one of these times it's going to stick, especially in a jurisdiction like Washington, D.C., which is a terrible Democrat shithole. I'm not reading your previous comment. So here's Donald Trump speaking after the indictment. So
thank you very much. This is a very sad day for America, and it was also very sad driving through Washington, D.C. and seeing the filth and the decay and all of the broken buildings and walls and the graffiti. This is not the place that I left. It's a very sad thing to see it. When you look at what's happening, this is a persecution of a political opponent. This was never supposed to happen in America. This is the persecution of the person that's leading by very, very substantial numbers in the Republican primary and leading Biden by a lot. So if you can't beat him, you persecute him or you prosecute him. We can't let this happen in America. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is a very
So that's what our president says, and I hope that he comes through. We're also going to listen to Trump's attorney. I cannot pronounce her name. But Haba or Abba. So this is his attorney speaking after it as well.
There's testimony and there's a number of aides that have said that the president was made aware that he lost the election and yet continued to argue that it was stolen from him. How do you reconcile those two things?
Well, I think that everybody was made aware that he lost the election, but that doesn't mean that was the only advice he was given. As anybody understands what happens in the Oval Office, there are a numerous amount of advisors and politicians and lawyers, not just one or two, that are giving you advice and telling you what they believe is true. So he may not agree with Mike Pence. He may not agree with one of his lawyers, but that doesn't mean that there weren't other people advising him exactly the opposite. And the president has a right, as everyone.
I should have listened to Jonathan. Choking on my water.
Their decision.
Number of there's testimony and there's a number of aides. That
So that's
that
what his lawyer says. We also have another angle of it. We have Carrie Lake, who has a very, very interesting solution for all these problems. I have it. We'll get it. We'll get to it. It is. It's terrible. So here's Carrie Lake's solution. I like it.
This is a guy who's already won. He won in 2016. He won even bigger in 2020. All that January 6th was a staged riot to cover up the fact that they certified a fraudulent election. And I agree with a lot of what Cash said about impeachment. If we just go back and deal with this fraudulent election, and what happened in 2020, we don't have to impeach him because he really isn't, in my opinion, and many others, and you look at the evidence, the true president. We just can, why don't we decertify 2020? And that's the way we deal with it. This is a guy who's already won. He won in 2016. He won.
Okay, shut up, Carrie. So that's, yeah. Why don't we just put Trump back in? I don't want Trump back in because then they're going to shorten his term. It would be a mess. And I don't think that you can actually do that. But, God, wouldn't it be nice to have Donnie Boy back? I'd love to have Donnie Boy back. Just let's think about that for a minute. Let's think about that. Oh, that's beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful to think about Donnie Trump back as our president. Jonathan, why are you singing songs? Hang on 1 second, guys. I'm looking at something. Okay. So yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the hell is going on. This is insane. And they're going to continue. That's the worst part about it. They're going to continue. They're just going to keep pounding away at this, and it's going to get even more ridiculous. Even more ridiculous. And I'm for one am a little afraid of it. I'm a little afraid of what's coming next. And I don't think it's going to be a comfy ride. I think it's going to get a little bumpy. And I'm not excited about that. So, I think that's about all on the Trump front. I don't know. I'm just so frustrated with the whole fucking Trump thing. It's so damn frustrating. It is truly infuriating to have to go through this again and again and again and again. And they're loving it and having the best time of their lives. And it's just irritating. So Trump Lake 2024 would be awesome, but I'd love to see Trump Roseanne. That would be good. So let's switch gears a little bit here, and we're going to see what the race baiter Reverend Al Sharpton says, because he's being ridiculous, as usual.
One day, our children's children will read American history. And can you imagine our reading that James Madison or Thomas Jefferson tried to overthrow the government so they could stay in power? That's what we're looking at. We're looking at American history. One day, our children's children will
listen
read
to that one more
history. And can you imagine our reading that James Madison or Thomas Jefferson tried to overthrow the government so they could stay in power? That's what we're looking at. We're looking.
Could you imagine if they overthrew a government to stay in power? Well, actually, I could, because it happened. It certainly happened. So I don't know what the fuck this idiot's talking about. I don't know. But anyways, Roseanne Kanye 2024. All right, we're going to switch gears to another idiot. This is happening all over. It is a scourge on our system. But here we go. Smash and grab thieves steal nearly $1 million worth of jewelry from a store in Irvine, California. Cute. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, whatever. So that's happening all over the U.S. It's a train wreck yet again. More just complete bullshit, and it's so frustrating at this point. It's so infuriating at this point. This is in Irvine, California. You would think so. What's up, amazing? Yeah, but it's California, so I mean, the land of opportunity, right? Where did my other video go? Oh, I wasn't going to play this, but I am. How is this allowed anywhere? This is obviously looks to be potentially a woman, correct? No. They had top surgery, so whatever. Listen to what they have to say. Mm-hmm.
Do I need to be on hormones to get top surgery? The short answer is no. There's a common misconception that all surgeons require hormones for you to get top surgery, but that's not true. Some surgeons do require you to be on hormones, but this actively excludes people who don't wish to be on hormones or don't have access to hormones. People ask me all the time whether or not I take hormones. I do not take hormones, and truthfully, I don't have any interest in taking testosterone because I simply don't want the changes that go along with taking T. That's why it was extremely important to me to find a surgeon who had worked on non-binary patients before. All I did was research surgeons in my area that took my insurance, and then I just called to make sure that they had worked on non-binary patients before and that I didn't have to be on hormones. Remember, gender is so individual. Any gender can look like anything. If you want top surgery, but you don't want the changes that go along with taking hormones, you don't need to take hormones. You could even get top surgery and then later decide that you want to be on hormones. Never feel pressure to take hormones if you're not sure, because you have your whole life to take them. And a lot of the changes that go along with hormones are permanent. And don't forget, you don't need to do anything to be trans. The only requirement for being trans is feeling trans. So if you feel trans, then you are. Honestly, it's so simple. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll be sure to answer.
Wait, what? So all you got to do is feel trans? Huh. Well, the more you know. Anyways, like, that looks terrible. That looks like at some point she had at least decent looking breasts, right? We think, and now she just chops them off, and isn't gonna go on testosterone. So it's just pure mutilation at that point. You're not doing anything. Like, you're not. And I know this is a touchy fucking subject, and I don't want to eat skeet, because that would be bad. But, like, what the fuck, man? Like, we got to stop with this delusion shit. Like, this has to stop. Like, we cannot continue to have a thriving country, which I know that we're falling far away from that, but I don't know. And then, like I said, you have the rhetoric. So we'll play another clip relating to Trump. Sorry, I said we were done, but this one is too infuriating, where he compares him to Osama bin Laden.
When I first learned about the indictment, I had a long conversation with a friend of mine, Ryan Riley, and I told him how proud I felt to be an American at that moment, much in the way that I did when I learned that our military had killed Osama bin Laden. I just felt incredibly proud.
These two seem comparable
incredibly
to you?
proud to have been.
I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but why that comparison in particular?
I believe they're comparable.
In what way?
Absolutely. Osama bin Laden was a terrorist who committed a horrific act against American people and against our republic. And I believe that Donald Trump is a terrorist who committed horrific acts against the American people.
You can imagine that is a very eyebrow-raising statement, to say the least. The notion of Osama bin Laden in comparison to Donald Trump, it likely speaks to just how deeply you have been concerned and have felt about all of this. But are you concerned that statements like that, or the rhetoric surrounding what his role has been, is going to cloud people's view of this indictment as a fair process?
I think that the only person or people whose view matters with regards to this indictment are the jurors who will eventually be sat and listen to the facts and ultimately make a judgment as to whether or not Donald Trump is guilty of the charges that Jack Smith and the Department of Justice have brought forward.
Wow. Wow, is all I have to say. Like, what the hell? One, he obviously didn't answer the questions in a manner that showed that he had more than 3 brain cells. But President Trump is, I mean, TDS is strong with this one, like hardcore strong. But this is the rhetoric we're getting from the other side, and I've said that we can't join in and be as ridiculous as they are, and I mean it. I don't think that we can or should. But man, it's tough when the other side's doing shit like this. It's tough when you have somebody calling the president of the United States and likening them to Osama bin Laden. I don't get it. I don't get it. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. So, the scary part is how many people in the world also think that way regarding all the woke BS, TTS, BLM shit, etc. Yep. Because that's the other side, and the other side is bad, so you're allowed to hate them and be terrible to them. It's insane, but yeah, for sure. I don't know. It's so damn frustrating at this point. It's so frustrating, and I have to get off the Trump stuff, or I'm gonna just go circles in Trump. We watched the terrible top surgery. Okay, here's one. You know, you'd like to know that, wouldn't you? Like, wouldn't that be something that would be worth knowing? You would think so. I don't know. I don't know. there's so much surrounding it, so much shit and so much crazy surrounding it that I don't even whatever, man. So gross. So anyways, 74-year-old former Wisconsin teacher convicted of 25 sex crimes against a student. A former teacher from Tomoa, Wisconsin, has been found guilty of sex crimes involving a student. Monroe County District Attorney Kevin Cronin. We're good. Yes. Reported that a jury in Monroe County convicted 74-year-old Ann Nelson Koch on all 25 charges against her. The charges relate to Nelson Koch's repeated sexual assaults on a 14-year-old boy who was a student, occurring in the basement of a private school in Tomoa during 2016-2017 school year. Following the conviction, Nelson Koch was released to the community, but is under GPS monitoring until sentencing. The victim of these crimes is an incredibly brave young man. He spoke the truth. The jury heard him loud and clear, and we are also grateful to the jury for their dedication to finding the truth, says the name I'm not going to say. That's absolutely true. 100% true. They just double down and triple down. Eric Adams has been busy being an idiot. We'll watch his statement real quick.
Committed, I'm focused, and one thing I am immune to, I'm immune to hecklers. I've been heckled all my life. As a little boy, as a police officer, as a state senator, as a bar president, as the mayor, all I know is all my haters become my waiters when I sit down at the table of success.
All my haters become my waiters when I sit down at the table of success.
After the press conference, go ahead, finish.
He's been saying some crazy shit. So
I'm focused.
A lot of crazy shit. This is our leadership right now. They don't care about us. They care about themselves, and that's it. And it's getting unbearable at times. So let's go to some treason. U.S. sailor arrested for allegedly spying for China in exchange for cash. San Diego, California. Jean Chao Wei, a United States Navy sailor, was arrested yesterday on espionage charges as he arrived for work at a naval base in San Diego, the home port of the Pacific Fleet. Wei is scheduled to appear in federal court today pursuant to a federal grand jury indictment charging him with conspiracy to send national defense information to an intelligence officer working for the People's Republic of China. The indictment unsealed this morning alleges that Wei, also known as Patrick Wei, was an active duty sailor on the amphibious assault ship USS Essex stationed at Naval Base San Diego. In his role as machinist mate, Wei held a U.S. security clearance and had access to sensitive national defense information about the ship's weapons, propulsion, and desalination systems. Amphibious assault ships like the Essex resemble small aircraft carriers and allow the U.S. military to protect power and maintain presence by serving as a cornerstone of the U.S. Navy's amphibious readiness and expeditionary strike capabilities. Exactly. Yeah, I have no idea with these adverts. They're fucking weird. The crime of espionage under U.S. Code 794, has never been charged in this district, and until today had only been charged 5 times in 6 years across the entire country. I bet you 4 of those were Trump or Trump. I can't even think. Trump associates. There we go. Trump associates. Very likely. Foreign power, blah, blah, blah. In February 2022, Wei began communicating with an intelligence officer from the People's Republic of China, who requested that Wei provide information about the USS Essex and other Navy ships. Specifically, the Chinese officer tasked Wei with passing him photos, videos, and documents concerning U.S. Navy ships and their systems. Yes. The two agreed to hide their communication by deleting records of their conversations and using encrypted methods of communication. At the request of the intelligence officer, Wei sent photographs and videos of the Essex, disclosed the locations of various Navy ships, and described the offensive weapons of the Essex between March 2022 and present. In exchange for this information, the intelligence officer paid Wei thousands of dollars over the course of the conspiracy. The indictment further alleges that in June 2022, Wei sent the intelligence officer approximately 30 technical and mechanical manuals. These manuals contained export control warnings and detailed operations of multiple systems aboard the Essex and similar ships, including power steering, aircraft and deck elevators, as well as damage and casualty controls. The intelligence officer confirmed with Wei that at least 10 of those manuals were useful to him. For the passage of those materials, the indictment alleges that Wei was paid $5,000. Wow. You sell out your country for $5,000? So he sent a bunch of other shit. I'm not reading 12 pages. He's a traitor, and he should probably get what traitors get. I can't say it because that would probably get me banned off Twitter or banned off YouTube, one of the two. Yeah, I mean, and it's the state of the armed forces right now. Like, there's no loyalty to it. There's no anything. So it's what's up, buddy? Yeah, $5,000. $5,000. That's a hellishly low price. Like, I don't get it, man. Like, at least get like $25,000. What's up, Stingy? I don't know. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, shit. All right. Got a couple more stories here, and then we'll go to the movie. Multiple authorities responded to an incident this evening on a Delta Airlines flight 2432 from Atlanta to New Orleans. I'll be flying on Delta Airlines in the morning. The incident involved a disruptive 31-year-old man named Nelson Montgomery, who caused chaos upon landing. A passenger was asked to provide medical aid to Montgomery, who was already bleeding from his neck. However, the situation escalated dangerously when Montgomery grabbed a flight attendant and put her in a chokehold. He held a shard of broken glass against her neck and threatened to harm her by cutting off her head if anyone came close. In response to the threat, 8 individuals collaborated to subdue Montgomery until law enforcement arrived. The police took him into custody for his actions during the flight. That's what I'm saying. At least an exit plan. Shit. Like, that just seems so ridiculously low. I don't know. Doesn't it? So yeah, this sounds interesting. I don't know. People are losing their minds. That's all there is to it. I lost my mind, but in a healthy way. Damn. I have a good going rate then. I'll take that deal. Sell me out. These nuts. All right. So exactly. All right. So here we go. We have breaking. Tractor trailer crashes through a home, causing significant damage. Good start. Good start. Multiple law enforcement and emergency personnel are at the scene in Bellingham, Massachusetts, where a home was torn apart and heavily damaged after a tractor trailer truck driver appeared to go off-road and slammed into it, taking out part of a house. Luckily, no one was inside the home at the time, authorities say, but the driver of the tractor trailer is in critical condition. It's okay, everyone. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, he hit something, didn't he? Shit. Wow. That boy did some damage. Wow. How do you make that mistake? Oh, I know. It was great. So that's cool. Based in structure damage build. Yep. Here's an interesting one. The fence has been reinstalled around the U.S. Capitol building. Fencing has been installed around the entire U.S. Capitol complex in Washington, D.C., ahead of Donald Trump's imminent arrest at the nearby federal courthouse. My question is, why did they need the fence again? What are they planning? Nothing happened that I know of. It was all very peaceful. But kind of seems like they might be up to something. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like it odd. Yeah, it's funny that They don't want a fence at the border, but they'll put one around the White House. Of course they will. Of course they will. Yeah, they don't look like they're fantastical, do they? I don't know. Well, it doesn't keep the rodents out of the Capitol building. Yeah, I don't know if that's much of a fence. So we're going to end kind of where we began. Former President Donald Trump has landed at Reagan National Airport in D.C., currently en route to the courthouse. This was earlier today. He pled not guilty. Here's the big man walking down stairs, unlike Joseph Robinette Biden. Maybe. Maybe, baby. Hello. No? You're not going to do it? Whatever. He walked down the stairs and didn't fall, unlike our current commander-in-chief. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for me tonight. Yeah, we're going to, oh, okay. Hang on. Hang on. Oh my God. All right, I'll play that stingy. So here's what's going to be going on coming up. I am leaving on a jet plane, and I'll be back in a couple days. So I know when I'll be back again. It's going to be fun. I'm going to go hang out with that little fuzzy koala. It's going to be a good time. We're going to try not to get into too much trouble. And I'm sure that we will share some videos or something for my time there. I will be back on Monday. I'll be back on Monday, but I may not stream until Thursday because of some personal issues. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. But we're going to play, yes, I'm going to Texas. It'll be fun. I can't wait. So, oh, that was the other thing that I had to, there was, apparently it wasn't what they said it was earlier, but apparently there was a shooting at a retirement center very close to my home. And apparently 2 people were shot, no one killed, and the largest police presence I've ever seen. There's a couple videos if you want to go check them out. Interesting, but yes. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're going to have fun. I'll definitely post it. I'll post some shit from there. We're going to go down to Brownsville, Texas, and check out Starbase, Texas together. So it'll be a good time. So apparently it was a disgruntled worker that shot his girlfriend and one other person and then ran. No, I'm gonna give him coke. Hell yeah. What was I talking about? So yeah, the police presence was insane. insane. And I happened to be there. I got there before Fox or any of the other newses got there. I was the first one on the fucking scene. So follow Mighty Me because you'll get up to the minute amazingness. Why am I fucking signed out of YouTube again? Anyways, for Stingy, I'm gonna play this short real quick. Yeah, that apparently that's all. For all the police presence, he was an active shooter. He did flee. And he got quite a distance away actually, and I believe hit a tree or something there. That now the interesting part. Good to know there's yeah, there were police officers from like 20 minutes away, like towns in eastern Michigan police department showed up and they're like 20 minutes away. So it was something interesting to see. Now, the cynic in me, there was also yesterday we got an email that there was going to be an active shooter drill at the school, which was very, very close today. And instead of the drill, there was an actual active shooter. So, but so this is a video that Stingy sent. He asked me to play it. So.
Call out in the heavyweight division. Oh, you know it's lad. You know that Hassan Parker. I'm coming to kill you in Los Angeles at your house. Or in the ring. No, in real life. I'm going to stalk him and become obsessed with him. And wear his makeup and his dresses. And use his skin as a coat, like the ancient Irish did. Well, that's your winner, Sam. Hey!
I have no idea what that was, but I was interested at become obsessed with you and blah, blah, blah. All right. Head over to Discord. Shenny is going to be playing a movie. I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend. I will see you, I guess, in a week. If not sooner. Like I said, we'll probably post something. I wish you all the best, and I will catch you soon. Have a good one.